Sega Saturn, SHIRO!
Hey everyone, welcome to Friday's SHIRO Show. I'm Saturn Dave, this is Traino Co, and we have a lit lineup of news to talk about this week, don't we?
We got a lot of stuff. And I'm surprised.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. How you doing, man?
I guess you could say that we're going to be slaves to the power.
Slaves to the... Okay. All right. I'm not following that. Okay, how are you doing?
We're going to be exhumed by the slave of power.
Slaves of power. We're going to have some Iron Maiden. Can we edit some Iron Maiden into this?
Not without getting copyright.
Not without getting copyright
striked.
So how are you doing, man? What have you been up to this week?
Pretty good. I've been listening to this this new band.
What? Oh, right. Okay. Haha. I shared one of the old bands that I was in with Pat.
It's pretty good. It's this band called Adam and Eve's. I think it's good, but I don't like their drummer. He kind of sounds like he's just tripping over his shoes drumming. So
yeah, no, Adams and Eve's. It was a 2010 to 2012 indie band that I was involved in, and we were half boys, half girls. It was kind of like a family band. So yeah, it was fun. But yeah, that's good stuff. I was listening to it. It's really good. He literally would say, like, give me a beat that sounds like you're tripping over your shoelaces. So yeah, that's kind of what we went for. Anyway, nice.
I got some city pop though.
Oh yeah?
Got some city pop records. I picked up "See Is a Lady" and "We Can Fly to the Sun."
Oh, cool. And you also shared
what is.
Oh, go ahead.
Huh? What'd you say?
Oh, you share. I guess you had ripped that Japanese soul album. It was like a disco, funk, soul, Japanese, really rare record. You'd ripped it to FLAC and shared it. So thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries. Hopefully you had that to jazz too.
I was listening to it. I was like, wow. This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it because it was a expensive one, but some guy sent me some money for it, so that was kind of cool of him.
Oh, nice.
Like to rip it. So, but the guy that did those two albums is called Tsushiki Kadomatsu. I keep forgetting what his name is. It's really long in Japanese, but he's really good. He's definitely one of my favorite city pop artists.
Cool.
So go listen to him if you haven't. I need to pick up some other ones, but yeah, I've been getting to that in a lot of jazz.
Nice.
But,
what kind of jazz?
Yourself? Oh, jazz. Just piano-based jazz. I don't know the exact genre. Some jazz fusion stuff, but mostly just like classical.
Cool. Jazz is good. I'm a big jazz fan.
Yep.
Just no smooth jazz. I'm not a big fan of smooth jazz.
You don't like Pat Metheny?
No, but I don't consider. I love Pat Metheny, but I don't consider him smooth jazz. He's more like
he's more like fusion jazz.
Well, okay, like Kenny G, or
Kenny G's just garbage, not jazz.
But you know the kind of stuff that they play on the smooth jazz station. I know it when I hear it, and I know to run away, but I don't really know a lot of the names of the bands. I mean, bands like Spyro Gyra and stuff like that. I wouldn't really call them like smooth jazz. I would call them like jazz fusion, or fusion jazz. But yeah. I very much prefer traditional jazz. Is this a thing we're gonna do, where we just talk about music at the beginning of every show?
I guess a lot of people like it.
Okay, good. I'm glad, as long as nobody's miffed by it. But yeah, no, I haven't really been up to much this week other than work and then writing a couple articles and.
Yeah, I saw them. They're really quite good.
Oh, thanks. Things that I've wanted to share for a while, and now that we have the show and the website, it's a better platform. I can't tell you how many years I tried to force Facebook. I can't tell you how many years I tried to like make Facebook the platform to share all that kind of stuff, and it just was like shoehorning it in. It doesn't work as a good platform for sharing archival materials or. It's just where a bunch of people were, right? So it seemed like a good place to share, but we've kind of moved away from that quite a bit. So, but it's good. I'm glad that we got the website now, and we have a place where we can dump stuff like that. So I have a lot of other cool geeky stuff coming. I have a lot of stuff.
I'm excited to see. Like I know you were archiving a bunch of it on the
that group,
Facebook,
Facebook
SHIRO
group.
archive for a while.
This is just a better place, like these articles will be searchable in the future if people type that in, they're looking for stuff, and it just makes more sense, than having it be on a closed platform that like half of the people or more aren't even a part of, because reasons, so.
Makes sense. But, I think our website's probably the best place to... You can check that at SegaSaturnShiro.com if you want to check out all the articles. We usually link it in the chats and stuff.
I actually had an epiphany, and this is like going behind the curtain, but I was thinking this morning, will really help our SEO if we went back and took all of the videos that you've edited, all the separate discussion videos that you've edited of us talking about the articles, and we actually embedded those or linked those back into the articles, so that it's like when people are searching in the future, they can go back and read those articles, and then they can also hear our takes on those articles, like all right there.
That's quite a clever idea.
It's almost like a loop, almost like a feedback loop, but I do think that it would help with like Google searching and stuff like that.
I'll have to look into that. Usually I link the articles in the video, but I could probably do that as well.
I know, or I can pick up. We can split it. I'll say you go from here, and I'll go from there. I don't know. Anyway, it was just an idea.
With a samurai sword.
Just an idea, but I thought it was a good one. Anyway,
I like it.
Yeah. So Danthrax says it's a good idea, so it's a good idea. Anyway,
I'll have to take his word for it.
Congratulations, Pat, for being the better. You were crowned the better gamer than me. I'm just kidding. I'm still giving Zenos a hard time. He said that Pat is a better gamer than me, and that's actually not a joke, or maybe it was meant as a joke, but I actually think Pat is a better gamer than me. I'm just a big game nerd. I'm just like a big game history nerd and stuff like that. When it actually I told him I grew up playing RPGs, so my reflexes are so poor. I'm not really good at like Twitch heavy games. I'm much more like I'll sit here and just grind away, at levels and stuff like that. That's more like my thing. Or Knights, is the rare exception. But
I'm surprised that usually musicians are good at like the Twitch-based stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, no, not me. I don't know why, but that's just not my thing.
That's fair enough.
I enjoy all those games.
Once we get to the piano level, we should start a band or something.
Yeah.
The Shiros and the Papas, I'm down.
I'd be down for that. If just get a clone of myself and I have more time, I'd totally be down for that.
Exactly.
No, but I mean, honestly, I'm the kind of guy who, when I'm playing a shmup, I put it on Baby or Monkey. I'm not even lying. Like, and I just have a blast. I have a blast, doing that. But and just having fun with the game. But it's like you and like Nick, you guys are like serious about getting into those like score attacking and like really getting into the game. I've done terrible on Bulk Slash, so I'm so glad that you've taken it over. Anyway,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting with the twin sticks because, excuse me.
Yes,
I'm playing for the twin sticks for the first time.
I know.
So I'm excited to see how I do with that and if I crash and burn.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So everybody, when we cut to the stream, just stick around because you want to see Pat. You want to stick around and see Pat using those twin sticks that night.
It's going to hear clicking, click, 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 every 5 seconds.
Click, click. I know they've got those. So yeah, all right. Well, let's pull up the browser and let's talk about some news. The Bowser.
Yeah.
All right,
so we're canceled enough with the shoot.
Okay, we talked about Halloween last time. So yeah, like the day after, I think Sunday, that I think it was Saturday or Sunday that this dropped. Yeah, it was Saturday that the news of Power Slave, Night Dive's Power Slave came out. So it was like we missed it. Had to add
just
it
by
to
that much, but we're doing it this week though.
Yeah, we're doing it this week. So what can you tell us about this game?
Basically, it is one of the. I guess I don't know what level of famous it would be, but it's the level of Doom-based engine shooters like like Hexen, like Duke Nukem 3D. This one is one of the lesser-known ones called Power Slave, that was originally released on the Saturn and the PSX. And
there was a crappy PC. It was like a crappy linear PC version that was not the same game, but yeah, this was on the Saturn and PlayStation. It was kind of like a Metroidvania style, if you want to call it something like that.
A Metroidvania style first-person shooter, I guess.
Before Metroid, yeah, before that term even existed. But but yeah,
I think they're just called hemorrhoids back in the day. As in they're a pain in your ass.
So Night Dive, I'll scroll to the bottom here so folks can see. They have a catalog. So they kind of have a reputation for taking like these old, mostly first-person shooters, and you know, games that like Sin or Doom 64 or Shadow Man or Turok, you know, and doing like these enhanced remakes. It's kind of hard. When I was writing this article, I wasn't sure if to call it a remaster, a remake. What would you consider this? Because it looks
like just an upscaled remake with like a
right.
It looks like the same engine, like the same Doom thing, except just upscaled graphics.
Right. Yeah. Like there's a little bit of better lighting. There's some better lighting effects, upscaled graphics, some added animations. We have a better idea because Quake just got released recently, right? And you know, Modern Vintage Gamer worked on that, and that's also a Night Dive product. And so
did he put his Australianness into it?
I don't know, but I know that it was like a free upgrade for folks that already had Quake on Steam, you know, which was cool. And from what I understand, because I watched Clint, you know, what's this? Now I can't think of it.
Clint Eastwood?
No, Clint. You know his channel with the LGR blurbs and stuff like that. He did like a little playthrough.
Yeah, LGR.
Yeah, LGR Clint. Yeah, he did a playthrough of it, and he was showing off. You know, the muscle memory is all the same. The game feels exactly. He could play it exactly expertly, like he could play the original Quakes, which he's done a lot. He showed like that there were some newer like gun animations. There were you know, more lighting effects and stuff like that. Some smooth stuff, but you can also downscale the game to like 640 by 480. So I mean, you could get kind of like a more retro look if you're playing it on a CRT or something like that. But anyway, yeah. I expect a lot of the same, I guess, out of this game. The only thing is I just really like Power Slave. I love Quake, but I mean, I really love Power Slave. It's a great game. It did do the whole like Metroid Prime thing before Metroid Prime existed. It's got that like backtracking to level up and gain new abilities, get new...
So it's kind of like Metroid Prime, except actually good then, right?
Yeah, well, okay, we can agree to disagree, but I like Metroid Prime. And you're a GameCube fan, you should be ashamed. No,
I like it as a game. I don't like it as a Metroid game.
Okay, fair enough. We've talked about this though, so
yeah.
You know, okay, so I'm gonna turn off the video wall real quick, and I'm gonna play this trailer for folks.
Don't turn off the walls. They have eyes. Can you guys hear it?
I believe they can.
Put one in the chat if you can't hear it.
Yes, we can hear it.
I said put one in the chat. I like the smoothness of it.
Yeah.
It's very smooth looking, very nice, crisp 60 frames.
So
or how many frames they have.
I'll keep it playing, but what I wanted to bring folks' attention to is the fact that all of the footage that they're using is PlayStation footage. You know, for all of like the retro footage, they're using all like PlayStation footage. So I mean, that's my only criticism. It's like it couldn't have hurt you guys to put a little bit of Saturn footage in the trailer. If anything,
maybe they didn't want to talk bad about the Saturn. It's like,
well, if
they
anything,
want to rag on the PSX.
Well, you know, because people are going to wonder. Okay, so how much of the Saturn version is actually going to make it into this game when they're using like only PlayStation footage on the trailer? That's the only criticism I had. I think they know what they're doing, judging from their back catalog, you know, judging from their catalog of games and the good things people have said about them. I think that they know better. You know, they've probably watched, you know, John Linneman's video about Power Slave. They probably know that the Saturn version is the definitive version. Well, at least so far. And I can only imagine that they're going to weave, you know, the better parts of the Saturn version into this game. I assume.
Yeah,
But then again,
I do like Momphus's explanation, because to show how much better it looks, it wouldn't be so obvious with the Saturn version.
okay, but the other thing is they may not have the ability to use like the Saturn source, like the lobotomy source. Maybe they have access to the PlayStation source, and maybe that's what they're working off of.
Makes sense.
But anyway, I'm excited. I think everybody's still excited, and I think that I'm optimistic about. There's another trailer here folks can check out. I'm not going to play it back for you, but it's just regarding the Kex engine that they use to build this game off of. And essentially, you can take a look at the screenshots that are available here. There's a GOG page already set up, Good Old Games, and there's also a Steam page for the game, but they haven't announced a specific release date, and they haven't announced platforms beyond PC. So you can at least expect it on PC through Steam and Good Old Games. And you've got widescreen, HD, modern gamepad support, SMAA anti-aliasing, anisotropic texture filtering. You got achievements, Vulkan, DirectX 11 graphics API, smooth object interpolation for high refresh rate.
Guys.
Got the high refresh rate monitor support, and both versions of the original game combined to bring the best of both worlds. So, yeah, we're just gonna, have faith in them as a developer. I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be awesome. Everybody
I played their System Shock remake. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The demo's on Steam. It's amazing. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and everybody's saying good
System
things.
Shock.
So far, everyone's pretty much saying good things about Quake. That it feels good, it feels faithful. It's not like, there are other ports out there. There are other like source ports that do other things that it doesn't do, but it's really solid. And I haven't heard anybody say anything negative so far. So the outlook is bright for Power Slave, Exhumed. Oh, and they also did decide to use both names, Power Slave, Exhumed, so that people in all territories would recognize the game.
Fair enough. I'm excited to try it out. I have faith in them after playing their System Shock remake. I do have to say though, I think System Shock's probably one of my favorite first-person RPGs, just because of how scary it is.
It's really good. It is a great game. And what did you play it on? On PC, like originally back in the day?
Yeah, a little bit. I played it. I think it was like in the early 2000s. I played a little bit on PC.
Yeah,
it was really good. I liked it. It's serious hell. I think I do rag on Bioshock a lot, but I'm just really biased for System Shock. I think it's a better game. It's more scary. I don't know. I like the whole. I don't know. I guess because of my big fear is like to be turned into like a robot or turned into a cyborg. So that's like one of my nightmares. So I get scared the most out of that. So
yeah,
probably from that game.
Trevor, we love you too. Thanks for watching the show.
Love you, Trevor. Peace and love.
Awesome. Okay, so let's move on then. Have we said everything we want to say about Power Slave for now?
Besides this garbage. No, I'm just joking. It's really good. I'm excited to play it.
Cool.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, maybe you can stream it on the show. I mean, it's apropos.
No.
It's okay.
Anyways,
fine.
I'm
Screw
just
you,
Pat.
And next up, this is all you. House of the Dead 1 and 2 OST. And I say this is all you because you're the one that's going to be buying this. I'm
probably.
Yeah, probably. You buy all the vinyl. That's your domain.
Unfortunately, I missed out on the collector's edition though.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I still get both of those. I kind of like both editions anyways, the separate ones.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about the music for me. The music.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, so on August 16th, Cartridge Thunder announced that they were going to release the original Bioshock on vinyl, and that's going to be released on the 18th a couple days ago.
Wait, did you say Bioshock?
Bioshock? House of the Dead 1 and 2, sorry.
House of the Dead 1 and 2. It's okay.
Bioshock is already on vinyl. Go listen to that. But anyways, they're going to release House of the Dead 1 and 2 on vinyl. Pre-orders went up on the 18th, so a couple days ago, and they released it both as a single edition, so 1 and 2. You can see the cool back art. I kind of like the obi on it for the first one. It has like the Saturn color. On the back it has like the US Saturn look, so it's kind of like a flip, kind of like a flip
This one
edition.
right
I
here.
like that.
Yeah,
If you scroll down,
it's got the stripes and the. Yeah, no, that looks slick. I love it.
So I definitely want to get that just for that alone. And I like House of the Dead 1. And then, of course, House of the Dead 2 in this cool blue marble vinyl.
Yeah,
With
that looks
really
beautiful.
good art. I really like the art on
Wait,
these
is that
ones.
different than? Oh yeah, okay. So you get like the blood red for House of the Dead 1, and then you get like the marble blue. Oh, that looks great.
And then the dual edition that has the Curian Mansion that has all 3 of the discs in it.
Is that the one you're gonna? That's the collector's one you missed out on?
Yeah, that one's sold out pretty
man.
instantly.
Yeah, I would imagine so. But you're still gonna grab? Are you still gonna grab like one of each of? Are you gonna get both, or are you just gonna go with like one of the House of the Dead ones and one of the House of the Dead?
I'm gonna get both.
Really? Man.
Yeah.
That is I am so jealous, Pat. That's
well,
awesome.
I'm just gonna get both House of the Dead 1 and 2, not like all the variations.
Okay. Yeah. So which variant you're gonna get? You're gonna go with like the U.S. variant of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same variant. It's just the backside of it.
Oh, is that just the back? Okay.
These aren't variants. These are the rear covers.
I got you.
The rear front
I got you.
covers.
Okay, cool. I misunderstood that. Yeah, but it does say front and back. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, no, the artwork on there.
I understand you. I understand you, Dave. It's not a big deal.
I thought it was like you had to choose between the Japanese style or the U.S. style. No, but that's awesome that they give you both. So that's great.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's on the website. It's $28 for the House of the Dead 1 and then $39 for House of the Dead 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're pretty fair prices since a lot of the records nowadays has been, at least for the big artists, like $40 for one disc.
Right.
So I think it's fairish prices in comparison.
That's what I would expect. Not cheap, but it's what I would expect. So, how do you feel? How do you feel? I was driving in the car the other day, and I was thinking about you. I was thinking about the vinyl thing and the chip tunes, and I was just wondering, like, how do you feel philosophically about the whole like taking digital music that originated digitally and putting it on vinyl, where you don't really get the benefit of retaining those analog frequencies in the bottom and the top range that you would get from, okay, say like Panzer Dragoon Saga, right? Or sorry, Panzer Dragoon, the original one, the orchestral one. Mm-hmm. It was recorded with microphones in a huge concert hall, and you've got all sorts of frequency going on there. And to put it on vinyl makes sense, right? Because it was an analog recording, and you're going to put it on vinyl and you're going to retain the analog frequencies, right? How do you feel about?
A lot of those stuff is recorded digitally. So with the original one on vinyl, I honestly don't. I think they just use the digital masters for that one.
Oh, okay, all right. So at
least to my understanding,
it's more or less just having it right on vinyl and being able to collect them and then play them back on vinyl. It's a touchy-feely, tactile media kind of thing. It's not just necessarily about the audiophile quality of like having a. Because on the other hand, you talk about the mono recordings of the Beatles, right? And loving to have that, from an audio standpoint.
That's an insane quality for the new remasters, because they literally went back to the analog tapes, like completely remade pressings, the pressers for that, and put that all analog. And it's just a different feel. Like a lot of people, like especially in the bootleg VGM vinyl stuff, they want to buy like all the soundtracks, even if it's like mastered off of a CD or something. They don't really care.
Right.
They just want the music on vinyl, and they're still paying a lot. And it's just different audiences for what people want.
Yeah. Like I'm not saying it's pointless. Yeah. I'm not saying it's pointless. I'm just wondering. Yeah. Like I'm wondering how people feel about that. Like the whole listening to chip tunes on vinyl, considering that it's
a lot of people are in the middle about that.
In the middle, it's a weird thing to me. I mean, personally, I'm 30. How old am I now? 38. And I probably don't have most of that frequency response in my hearing anyway. I can't hear most of it anyway. So I shouldn't be one to argue. But yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, do folks prefer to just listen to digital recordings on a digital format, or do they like, putting it on a mini or on a cassette tape or on a vinyl record or something like that, just for the fun of it? It's interesting, but it's different strokes for different folks for sure.
Exactly. It all depends on the collector, really. Like, some collectors like me want like the analog experience, like from these older records, and like some of the newer ones, like even up to Dire Straits, Crap, what's the name of the one with Money for Nothing on? I keep forgetting what the name of that record is.
I know the one you're talking about.
But you know what I'm talking about. It's the one with the guitar
drawing
on
a
it.
blank because we're live right now. Yeah, no, I can't.
It's all cool. But anyways, the point is, that one's completely digital.
But the thing is, the one thing that you really had with vinyl that always has remained is like those beautiful jackets with the artwork and stuff like that. And now, of course, like 180 gram discs. You got those thick discs that are just like got beautiful textures, beautiful colors. That makes the collectability of it like so much better, you know. So that's where I feel like vinyl there's just no competition, you know. There's just nothing else that does it like vinyl. So that is cool.
Yeah, because you get like the giant artwork on top of the cool vinyl discs with the cool designs on it.
Yeah,
and it's something that's honestly missing from CDs that I wish they would have expanded on. Yeah.
I agree, and I really liked those original like long box CDs, you know, in the early days. But I mean, you know, they weren't very practical, and they took up a lot of shelf space. But definitely, I mean, even vinyl records are thin, you know, so you could stack a lot of them, whereas those just took up a lot of space for nothing. But that's the thing, is they were trying to emulate the space of artwork that you had with vinyl, you know, but without having a real purpose. You know, Ray was just saying in the chat that he wishes he had a light gun to wishes he had a CRT to play this game on with a light gun. I think a lot of people can relate to that now. Either if they're using, you know, flat panel displays, or if they're using like me, for example, I'm using VGA, like professional VGA CRT monitors, and even those at 31 kilohertz aren't gonna do light gun. So I'm waiting for a solution for that. In the meantime, I just have to like.
They come out. They have some stuff, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
How it works.
Talking like the Sinden, talking about like the Sinden light gun or something.
There's
newer.
a couple of them. I know I've seen a few solutions online for it.
Yeah, it's a drive. You know, that's the next drive, is to provide something, to get something going, because there's a lot of people who are in that same boat who really just want to be able to play these old light gun games with a light gun on whatever, you know, they want a device that's going to allow them to play it on whatever kind of display that they want it on. So hopefully, you know, folks are working on that, and we'll have that soon. We'll be able to talk about it. But yeah, there's the Wii controller.
House of the Dead 1 is not it for playing light gun.
Oh, he's talking about he's talking about that Wii controller solution that's kind of like a hack, a DIY hack. But there's also some House of the Dead games on the Wii as well. So, you know, there's always that.
Yeah, there's 2 and 3. You can play that on the Wii.
Yeah, but we are getting a little far. We're getting a little far from the topic, and I want to be able to get through all of this because I do have an appointment after this stream. Maybe we can circle back. If we have time at the end, we can just circle back and shoot we'll figure it out. Anyway, DTS developers, the Sega developers game mag is what I called this. Essentially, what this is something that I've kind of wanted to share. It's a geeky thing. It's not for everybody. You know, you got to be somebody who likes to read, first of all, and you got to be someone who's like interested in development and Sega's history.
I can't read, so I guess I can't enjoy it.
Well, you just got to be someone who's not the TLDR kind of person, because you're not going to want to waste the time looking through these. But essentially, this is no secret to folks in the development community or the homebrew community, because these resources have been up online for a while, for years. In fact, and I shared them on Facebook years back, and not a whole lot of people were interested, so that's fine. I understand. It's but what they are is essentially newsletters, or which kind of fleshed out. They became more and more involved, more detailed as they went along. But they were basically just newsletters for licensees, third-party Sega's and third-party developers, to, you know, keep in touch with them. To let them know about you know, third-party or like middleware solutions. Things, development tools for sale, you know, support numbers, stuff like that. They'd have, I'll show you real quick. I can actually flip through there. You've got like the hardware news section where they're talking about 32X and Saturn. Let's see here. They're talking about, let me go, okay. Darn it.
Okay. They got Q sound.
They got a Q&A and every questions and answers regarding the development process. They usually profile one of their employees. They got tips, development tips. They got advertisements for Q sound, and it's like really soaring like a jet engine or something. So you got this is where middleware companies would actually advertise, just like in game magazines. We get advertisements, but the developers would get advertisements to use these things in their games. Or you get like cross products or SNASM or what. You get the SciQ development kits. From third parties. You get Cinepack advertisements for Cinepack. Use Cinepack as your your video compression of choice or whatever. And of course, Trekkies, I'm sure he's all over that. There oftentimes these issues would also come with discs, developer discs. I haven't provided them all here for download or anything like that, but they are available online if you just search Google. But anyway, essentially they would come with discs. So in that way, it kind of mirrors the whole game mag and demo disc thing, but instead on the disc was just a ton of development goodies,
Exactly. I kind of like this one in the second issue with the announcement of some kid's birth. Oh
yeah, so they had like a DevCon 95 wrap up, 32 Exposed, which was some kind of like 32X conference. It's a boy, so one of the kids, one of the developers, or one of the people that work there at product.
We should have him on the show. Be like, hey, we talked about your birth on.
We talked about your birth. Yeah, because by now, I mean, he'd be like, close to our age. And
he'd be 2 years younger than I am, so he'd be 27 at this point.
Oh, this kid is 27 right here. It's a boy. Documentation, internet address. So then you had the actual wrap up for DevCon 95 in here. That's an interesting little tidbit. None of these things are very long, so even if you're just picking and choosing what you want to read about, cross products. This scrolling thing isn't working. Let's see here. I love this one right here. Sega Saturn. Consumer demand. What was it again? It was consumer demand leads to the early launch. I'm like, seriously? No consumers demanded that. Like, everybody was on board for Saturn Day, but this is how they're framing it. Like, they're throwing the consumers under the bus because they don't want the developers to be mad at them.
Well, there's this one section in there when they ask about the difficulty on developing on the Saturn. It's just a picture of a middle finger. I don't know what that was about in the DTS. It's like the last issue.
Is it on the last issue? Okay, we're gonna have to look at that real quick.
It's just a giant middle finger. No,
developer
I'm just joking.
tools exchange. That's not. There's a developer tools exchange, more Q&A, and each one of these is like, developer would have some question about transparency, or they'd have some question about writing something from one area of RAM to another or something like that, and then there would be answers here as support, and then see here. More information about 32X. Moving on, you had they had like a support group, creative support group, all sorts of interesting stuff. What did I miss here? Softimage 3D toolkit ad for Softimage. Announcing new upgrade to the CD emulator. Because they had those huge like boxes that would emulate the CD drive. QA for specifically for 32X and Saturn. BBS, they were running a BBS back then, right before they switched over to the internet. And of course,
boy.
like, yeah.
I imagine they didn't get any harassment on there.
DEFCON 96 wrap up. Now the fun begins. I mean, these were all fun for me to go through and read. And I imagine that for somebody like, I don't know, like Nick making historical videos and stuff like that, you could get some juicy little tidbits here, or some.
It's cool to get the developers'
contextual insight,
perspective on games.
Yeah, it's good to get some of that contextual insight. They look at this. They threw together a DEFCON 96 like yearbook looking thing with photos from the thing. I can't imagine.
What do you think the music for the soundtrack for that would be?
For DEFCON 96?
Yeah, like you know how they like have the high school sound song of the year. What do you think?
Yeah. For I don't know. It'd be.
Think they do some Soundgarden stuff?
Yeah, sure. They'd have Soundgarden for sure. I mean, Soundgarden was literally like one of the weirdest bands in terms of like their music videos and stuff. And I feel like it really like I did a mixtape a while back, like a Saturn mixtape of like 94, 95. And that Soundgarden Black Hole Sun, that video, the way that video is shot from a production standpoint and art and everything like that, it is so similar to like the Saturn commercials, you know, all just like weird and trying to be so edgy, you know. It's just I gotta like lean forward. I gotta lean forward to like read some of these things because they're really small on here. But you guys can download the PDFs here and read through some of the stuff here. I'll go quicker here. So as of this issue, right, Promise and Deliver DTS WWW. So they had moved everything online, kind of rebranded everything under this developmental brand, which was like the new, you know, they were trying to make it more like a magazine actually. And it's fun kind of reading up on, you know, the wrap up of DTS, what is it, the DevCon 96. They talk about E3 here, E3 Developers Conference, more Q&A, you know, more Sega Saturn software development, just a bunch of fun stuff. And again, Animatics announces Saturn dev tools for 3D Studio Max, so there was some 3D Studio Max stuff in there. There was another sound middleware that I found out about through here that was neither QSound or Cybersound. It was like started with an N. I forget what it was called, but I'm gonna probably do a write-up on it at some point.
That works.
Yet another instrument library that was not related to Cybersound, but it was an option that you could use as a developer. Anyway, so yeah. I wonder
what the magazine. It looks like the last issue was in I guess 97, January, February 97.
This is, yeah, so they had the best known A-Bugs issue, which was really cool. And then, yeah, the final issue wrapped, it was January, February 97. Sega Topps Holiday Yearly Sales and Predictions. They covered Codescape, powerful new debugging from cross products. They covered Best A-Bugs Part 2. So, and then there was, of course, an example here of a CD that came with that A-Bugs issue. They'd give you, you know, a little CD to go along with it, and it had like tons of stuff. This image is hosted from Hidden Palace, so you guys can download it there. But anyway,
this is probably what happened when once they saw the sales numbers from the year later on. Mm-hmm. Like, should we do another one? And they're like, peace.
Well, at this point, they really had moved everything online. And their website was changing quite a bit. And so EDTS exposed. Yeah, so EDTS, I mean, being electronic DTS, they're talking about moving everything online. And so I think at that point, they just kind of stopped publishing these PDFs. It was more or less everything was just hosted on the Sega DTS website, which can still be found on the Wayback Machine, different iterative years of it. But yeah, so this is a very geeky historical kind of thing that I like to get into, and I want to share with other people so that it's at least part of our awareness, you know, and folks know about it. And if they want to go here and use it as a historical resource, or they just want to read it for fun, it's there, you know. So anyway, now people know. Another thing that I'm really...
like we're bringing all this obscure stuff on the web for all the Saturn stuff.
Yes, yeah, and again, like I said, this isn't like this exists in other, you know, other hosting formats. You know, this is hosted multiple places on the internet. But the point is, I wanted to write an article about it so it'd be more like searchable, and that people maybe a few more people would find out about it and know about it, so it'd be a more like commonly known thing that people could refer to or use as a resource. Another thing I'm really geeky about and I love are like the little pamphlets that we would receive in like the long box games. We'd get those like spring 96 pamphlets showing you all the sports games, or you'd get some of those fold out pamphlets showing you Panzer Dragoon Saga, but it was like an alternate box art that never saw the light of day. Or maybe you saw Police Knots.
The Police Knots one.
Yeah, I love those things, and there's a bunch of cool stuff out there that I've collected and that's available all over the place. I'd like to just bring it into one article and show people so that they could have a place to look at it and enjoy that kind of stuff. So there are some ideas that I have.
Fair enough.
Let's see here. Next, you want to talk about this? I guess Peter wrote this up about Zoop.
Yeah, Peter wrote this up called Zoop.
Did you know I didn't? This totally took me by surprise. I had no idea that Zoop was available for the Saturn.
I'm guessing it was a Japanese only title.
Well, yeah, it was. And I mean, I know about Zoop, but I just I've looked through complete ROM sets and I don't ever remember seeing it, or like maybe I just overlooked it. I didn't realize it was available for the Saturn. Yeah.
But yeah, it was sorry. It was developed by Hookstone and published exclusively in Japan by MediaQuest in 1996, and I mean it was released on really every platform known to man. Maybe not the N64, but you know. So it makes it, and it was released exclusively in Japan. Yeah. It's a simpler challenge puzzler. You know, you control cursor to protect the inner squares against the advancing shapes. You need to shoot the same color shapes, and you take on the color of the last shape you shot. So it's kind of like a hodgepodge of Tetris and Puyo Puyo into this unique game.
Yeah, I think I kind of wanted to be like, considering that it was released on so many platforms, I get the feeling it was trying to be like the next Tetris, you know? And I mean, it was a decent game, but you know, like by the time the Saturn came around and everything, I can understand why it didn't make it over to the West.
It definitely was no Tetris or Puyo Puyo for sure.
No, I mean, I don't think it. I literally would go as far as to say that nothing is Tetris. You know, nothing has beat Tetris so far as I'm concerned. Like Puyo Puyo is great.
No Tetris.
What's that other game? Lumines on the PSP and stuff like that. That's lots of fun.
That game is fire.
Yeah, it's fire, but it's not Tetris though. I mean, like I would still prefer to play like any good old NES Tetris over almost any puzzle game because it's just so good. But I will say what game is there is a game that we played recently that comes close to Tetris for me on the Saturn, and that is Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. That game was awesome. Like once I really got into
Super Puzzle Fighter.
That game was fun, and my son loved that game so much.
Yeah, I actually felt bad for my friend. He was playing against me the other day. He was because I sucked at it. It's like, oh, we could play it. I'm probably not going to be good. I beat him like every round. I felt really bad.
Is that right? Yeah. Well, you had practice because you did that whole podcast on it, right? We did an entire podcast dedicated to that game.
I didn't expect to be that good though. I thought he would be better, but I feel bad.
Yeah, but it's solid. It's a solid game. I definitely recommend it to folks. It's a lot of fun.
For sure. Is that another one that you can get online, or is that not online?
Oh, as far as like multiplayer online or Netlink or anything, I don't think so. But man, what are the possibilities? You know, maybe it could be someday if they figure out how to like, if they figure out how to like get their hooks into it and send commands over the. I mean, anything's possible. I like to think. It's just a matter of time and somebody dedicating themselves to do it. Anything's possible. Oftentimes it can be difficult if it involves like reverse engineering the game, But yeah. And then finally, we have a little retrospective that you posted up on our online. I feel like we should have had this retrospective like a couple weeks ago when we were all talking about the online thing, because now here we are again. But yeah, this was a fun.
Here we go again.
This was our first interview, actually. Did you realize that? This was like our first official interview.
Article.
Yeah, we got Sega RPG fan. I think I'm gonna call him
in the chat right now.
Yeah, he's not. I'm not doxing him too much to call him Joe, but yeah, because we called him Joe in the podcast.
He's not here anymore. He was though.
But yeah, Sega RPG fan. He was kind of there representing both him and Zaiden. He did a lot of the work for and Zaiden, just going back and forth, hammering out the settings on the VoIP adapters, making sure that it was playable. At the time, and I listened back to this, we were talking about like 300 milliseconds of lag in terms of like the whole process from front to back, in terms of like superfluous or like redundant audio compression. And then when I was talking to Knight, he was saying it couldn't be that much lag, and that's not what he was seeing on his report. He was looking at the numbers. I guess he had the ability to check out what the traffic was doing, and he was not getting that much lag. But that said, that's kind of what we were talking about back then. This was, of course, really early days because they've made some tweaks to the settings, and they've come away since then. And not to mention, back then we only had like 5 games supported. It was like the US Netlink games, and then subsequently Sega RPG Fan, he was actually able to take the Netlink code that was included on one of those DTS discs we were talking about. So DTS, the Developer Technical News, and the discs that they would distribute often had like they just had a bunch of goodies that you could, a bunch of development tools, including like Xband stuff. And so he was able to take that Xband stuff and just kind of like patch it into the Japanese games and make them work, make them direct out each other. Yeah. So that's how he kind of did that. And he was able to patch out the Japanese games so that we had like a total of, I want to say something like 16 playable games. Some of them, the same game, just different regions. But I could be wrong with that number.
So it's Thinking 99 that's Zidane, right?
No. Yeah, Zidane is Cameron. Zidane, he is the guy who pretty much made the guide. Is from what I understand, he made like the online guide on Dreamcast Talk. He's also an admin on Dreamcast Talk. He also worked with Sega RPG Fan initially, going back and forth, making all the calls, texts, hammering out the settings, getting it working. It's Thinking 1999, from what I understand, he had a YouTube channel and he featured it prominently. He tried to make like a YouTube guide of getting things connected. And so I think that was his. I think that he's who I originally reached out to because his coverage of the exploit was the most prominent at the time. I reached out to him and he put me in touch with Sega RPG Fan, and the rest is history. It's still a fun podcast to listen to. A lot of what we say here is still relevant to some extent. It's just that I think performance has gotten better for the most part, and you have the addition of the Japanese X-Band games that are available through that patch.
I was saying in the article that I felt like a big dummy during this episode because I didn't really know what the setup of the VoIP adapter and all the online stuff would entail. And I was saying that really I didn't really get any of the setup till 4 years later. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of not for the faint of heart. This thing is not something that most people are going to spend the money or the time to do. Kay and I, at the time, were just like huge nerds geeking out over the fact that we could get this hardware back online. And that's kind of a thing with me, is I just feel like if you can, like if I think it's great that you got a twin stick for the Saturn and you're using it, right? You're trying to, the goal is, allow this machine to do everything that it was capable of doing back in the day and more, it had these peripherals, seek them out, test them out, really explore what the console was capable of, because it did so much, and that was Sega's pedigree. That was Sega's history, is, the VCD card, the modem,
exactly.
All of that extra stuff, which you could argue was way ahead of their time, and just, as a result, just went the way of the dodo bird, basically. But I mean, when PlayStation did it, it's like everybody accepted it then. It was like I had PlayStation 2 folks on my college campus pushing the LAN adapter, and or the broadband adapter, trying to get that into every dorm room so that, kids were playing PS2 in their dorm rooms, We had like a legit like booth for PS2 broadband adapters, and
that's pretty funny, just like playing Resident Evil online and stuff, Outbreak.
Yeah. And I mean, at that point it was just like socially acceptable because of what because of what Saturn and Dreamcast, the foundation that they laid, and then they just got trampled
because like I know the PS2 scene was like a big SOCOM stuff, right? That was the big thing back then.
Yeah, SOCOM was huge. What else was just huge on
probably some Madden stuff. I don't know if they had that online for PS2.
Madden stuff. Yeah, there ended up being a variety of stuff that you could do online. I mean, the Ratchet and Clank games went online, and that was just.
I was saying that they didn't have that I missed a mag though on the PS3. I know it's not.
Oh yeah, Memphis says online. Monster Hunter. That's a good shout. And then MLB The Show.
Was Monster Hunter online?
I believe, yeah, a version of it.
Oh, okay.
Also,
fair enough.
Also, I mean, I think that was kind of like a big point of it. And then also the show, MLB The Show, was like a huge mainline baseball franchise that was online, and I mean, it was awesome. But I think that was like 2006, so maybe that was a little late. But anyway, here we are talking about PS2. The point is that, you know, Saturn was doing it way back in the day. I mean, technically Mega Drive was doing it even before that with X-Band, and Saturn continued that. And it was just, again, like a niche thing that some people enjoyed, but just not enough to make an impact.
We should really test that again. I'd really like to play more online matches with you that last more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's my bad. I mean, no, actually, we spent a good 2 hours, but I mean, again, we were messing around with settings too much. We should just find something that works. I'll be honest with you, ever since I started messing around with settings, I've been having much poorer performance than I ever did before. Like I used to do matches with Zaiden, with Kay, with Sega RPG Fan, and they would just go swimmingly. Like we would have maybe 1 or 2 hiccups, but most of the gameplay was fine. And it's like subsequently I've been messing around with my settings and stuff like that to, you know, because we've been attempting with Night of Dragon and stuff to get to some better settings perhaps, or figure out, you know, if there's any way that we can improve this overall. But it's not been the best experience for me because I've just been having a hell of a time, and it could be down to latency. You know, it could just be down to the latency of my ISP, from what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
But no, I mean that's all part of the fun though. Is like getting the settings, and we could find stuff that's better.
Yeah. But I'm more than happy. Yeah, I definitely want to do some more online play sessions, and I think I'll have the opportunity to do that soon. But
Hit me up. Also, I'm seeing the chat like, oh yeah, Famicom technically had online with that horse racing app.
Yeah.
And I know that the Super Famicom had like the, but I don't know if that really counts because that's like satellite. It's like counting Sega Channel.
Yeah, you did have a lot of consoles trying to do the whole like, let's do your banking or read your news on the NES or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
And you did have, you know, the Sega Channel. There was a cable service. Technically, it is like, you know, I mean, it's like Steam, you know. Basically, you're like downloading the games to your console, playing them, and then they're gone, you know. But I mean, that was way ahead of its time too. But at least that,
yeah,
you know.
But guess what console was the first one you can browse porn on?
What, the Saturn? And
Yeah.
not to mention, it was also like they also sold it to schools. They sold the Netlink pack to schools as a budget internet browser, you know. So that was interesting. Yeah, you know, I mean, anyway, the point is that what's the takeaway here is that for folks listening, if you're interested in getting your Saturn online and you want to go through like all the finagling setup of this, you know, go get yourself a VoIP adapter that's unlocked. It has to say that, like, if you're buying it from eBay,
protected.
Yeah, get an unlocked VoIP adapter, one of these SPA 1001s or SPA 2101 or 2102. Make sure it's unlocked, and then you're going to need the Netlink adapter. Sorry, the Netlink modem or the X-band modem from Japan, and yeah, you know, you're gonna mess around with. You're gonna need a little bit of you know, router knowledge. You know, messing around with your IP and your router and the settings and stuff like that. But if that's your wheelhouse and you enjoy doing stuff like that, then go for it. But also,
yeah,
you know,
I would also recommend like going to Goodwill and pick up like a cheap landline phone, just like maybe a nice corded phone.
Oh yeah.
Just for debugging purposes, just in case you have problems with your VoIP adapter.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so and Ray says the SPA 122 also works. So yeah, there's a community now that's willing to maybe even help you test yours out if you have a different model and stuff like that, and can maybe get you set up with some settings that work. We've seen some really good matches between Trekkies and Knight between Cameron up in Canada, and then Trekkies over a landline, you know, over an analog phone line, and that was excellent. We've also seen some really good performance between folks over VoIP. You know, it just really depends on your latency to your ISP, and then also getting those settings dialed in. But anyway, it's the sky's the limit in terms of like what's going to happen from here on out, because I know folks are interested in pushing it further, maybe coming up with a better solution. But at least this solution allows you to use your actual modem. It allows you to use the Saturn Netlink or X-band modem and keep that in service. So I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's about it on my end.
That's it.
Definitely
Yeah.
check it out. I think it's aged pretty well, and I think it was a fun listen.
It was, and you get to hear Joe, you get to hear Sega RPG fan talk about the Saturn, talk about his favorite games. I think he was a big Shining Force fan, if I remember correctly, or Panzer Dragoon. I think he mentioned a couple of those, and yeah, it was a fun interview. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, we kind of need to wrap because Pat's got a stream to do, and he wants to get deep into that, right?
I gotta get my virtual sticks out.
That's right. So,
My twin sticks out.
any last words to the faithful fans?
Yeah, definitely check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, whatever YouTubers say these days to get views or whatever.
Join Discord.
Yeah, join our Discord. Yeah, join Discord, and that's sort of what he was implying with that discussion with the Netlink. Have a big Netlink community there. You want to play some Netlink? Be like, hey, who wants to play some Netlink? And you'll get somebody say, hey, yay or nay.
Yeah, and
then of course check us out on Patreon, and maybe if you would like a shirt, one that we're not wearing right now, you can get one over at our Threadless store. Yeah.
Be sure to check out our Threadless store. We've got lots of different designs for you. We've got a SHIRO Show shirt if you're into that. And we've got,
I like the CRT.
I like this. I know. Yeah, I made the CRT with you in mind. Can you believe that? I knew Pat would like that. I got a printed circuit board shirt. That's probably my favorite. I have that. And
it's not good to wear under the key light though.
No, that's true. You'd have to actually get like a red sheet and do like a red key light or something like that, which you could do. But I mean, yeah. Anyway, we've got more, business formal, if you will. So there are lots of options, and anything you buy on here will go to help us with our podcast hosting or the website hosting, help us get better equipment, all that kind of stuff. So we really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yep, I think that's good. So I guess with that, see you later, guys, and play your Sega Saturns.
That's right. Until next time.
Stick around for the live stream, the gameplay one in a little bit.
Right, so I'm going to stop streaming, and Pat's going to take it from there. So everyone, hang on. Maybe go get a sandwich or a drink. But keep it locked here because Pat's going to be streaming Bulk Slash Part 5, featuring
2 minutes.
Featuring Navigator Lira, and they're going to have, I believe they're going to have her on talking with Danthrax and Lackaware and Sinuin. All right. So peace out, guys.
Orders.
Later.
You guys forgot your Patreon supporters.
Get the sneak back and just start talking during the music.
Alright guys, welcome to the gameplay portion of the stream. Today we are playing some Bulk Slash with some very, very cool people. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves that are here? I believe we have them in the chat. Have Siwin, Danthrax. You guys want to, in Memphis of course, you want to introduce yourselves a little bit for those who don't know?
Hey, Yeah, thanks. So this is Danthrax. I am the head script editor on the bulk/fan localization project, and I've done some graphics editing and some other random things, and I'm usually the one who's typing up the public-facing updates and stuff.
Hi, I'm C. Win. I'm the talent scout and partial community manager for the bulk/localization project.
Yeah, and hi, I'm Manfus. I'm the more technical guy of the team, implanting the creative stuff into the game.
Yeah, we don't have Lacquerware with us. Greg, he is our project lead, our lead translator, and our voice director. He had a prior engagement. He did, however, write out a little statement that he wanted us to read. So I can do that now if you'd like me to, Pat.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. So Greg said, "Hi, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's look at Lira Hart, the pop star navigator. Lira bears the notable distinction of not being a very good navigator. She's not a military officer. She's not a master thief. She's just a random gal you scoop up during your running and gunning. This comes through in her voiceover, particularly in how she describes locations and the weaponry you encounter. In picking someone for this role, I, Greg, thought it important that the performer be someone funny. And Erin, the woman who did a great job voicing Lira, Erin cracked me up with her audition. 'I don't want to die' was one of the decisive lines. And she also brought a likable, weirdly familiar quality that I thought gave Lira some nuance and prevented her frequent screaming from being too grating or one-dimensional. I believe she was one of the first navigators we cast, although it took a while to synchronize their schedules after that." And that's what he's got.
Nice. So let's go hop into Lyra right now.
Sounds good.
So I was playing this a little bit earlier last night, and I've really enjoyed the voice acting. I thought it definitely was jarring compared to the rest of the navigators in the past. So
yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah. So I definitely really enjoyed that, though. You know, it gave her an interesting personality, and the Erin, the voice actress, did a great job capturing that voice for sure.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Hope everybody else will like it too when they play the
I
game.
I hope so too. It's really funny, especially you blow stuff. It's like, oh, holy moly! Like every 5 minutes, it's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
At least to me. But I always love that cheesy sort of stuff. But yeah, no, the voice actress captured her very, very well, and I really enjoy it. This is what I played so far, but we still got a lot of this game to go, so I'm excited to see how she evolves over the time of playing her throughout today. Also, if it seems like...
I think you're at level 1 with your relationship with her. I think you start out level 1, so she will talk a little more and change what she says as you level her up.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see how that relationship will evolve. For sure. Also, if it seems like I'm a little bit distracted, I'm actually using the twin sticks today. And those, I can see them right there. So I'm still getting used to the controls, so it's very... I might be focusing a little bit on gently controls, so... If I do seem distracted, it's kind of that for that reason, but hopefully I'm sounding pretty clear and understandable for the most part.
Is it fun? Are you having fun using the twin sticks?
I am. I actually really used to the shooting button on the left side now. Even though I said that I prefer it on the right side.
Uh-oh. Getting more fans over to the side of left side trigger.
Exactly. I think it's just more of me used to it by now, so I'm just so used to playing it as like this.
Yeah.
I still make occasional mistakes, like hitting the left button to go down, or the right trigger to crouch down. But I'm getting better at it. But I do really like the layout of what United Dragon did.
Oh,
That was really cool.
Greg's suggestion on that control scheme, because he's the one who's been wanting the twin stick controls in this game the most, more than anybody. And so Knight implemented it. I think Knight might have tweaked something that he wanted to do too, but yeah, that layout is mostly Greg.
There we go.
The audio on the stream is quite low, so I think you can make
What do you mean?
the game audio louder.
Game audio louder?
You
give me
can
a
make
sec.
the game louder, I think.
Oh, okay. It makes sense. I'm slowing my volume down because I heard I'm pretty hot competitively. It's kind of hard to debug and do that at the same time, so I'm trying to get that. So if it looks like I'm going around not beating him, it's for that reason. But the boss isn't too hard. It's gonna take me a couple seconds to beat him. So yeah, he's already half health. Hopefully my clicking of my joystick isn't too loud on the stream at all.
I don't hear any clicking on your joystick at all on the stream, but yeah, I just checked because I have it going on my TV here, and yeah, you can barely hear the game.
Yeah.
Oh, now it was good.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, I lowered myself a little bit more to make it look not as hot. Hopefully that's coming out and sounding okay, but if not, my bad.
Yeah, I think it's better.
I can fix it all in post, so I did some post editing on the last one I did, so hopefully I have everything isolated, so in different tracks, so hopefully I'll be able to mix and do that post as well. So even though it kind of sounds right now, it'll sound perfect later. Trust me, guys. It does remind me I have to fix I released the last one as well that I did for what's her name, the military girl. I forget her name is. Lira, yeah. So that one should be dropped hopefully this weekend. And then I'll drop Rainbow Cotton. Of course, this one I'll maybe drop either later this week or next week.
Sounds good.
But I've been really enjoying playing this game, and especially now with this twin stick, it's a ton of fun. Not that it wasn't before, but no, I just really appreciate the cool controls ability.
Yeah,
like
something
driving.
no one's been able to really enjoy before. Like, I'm sure there were some Japanese players back in the day who popped it into their system just to try out, but it didn't feel the way it feels for you right now. You know, they didn't have the benefit of that different control scheme being hacked in.
How did it feel beforehand?
I don't remember what the control scheme was, but it's weird, and it doesn't. It's not as intuitive. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, I really like how ergonomic it is. Like, all the buttons are here that I need. Like, I just have everything I need, and it feels like I have better control than the controller than I did ever with the controller.
Yeah, only bummer is that the left and right activate the navigation, or does, right?
It's the left top button that navigates the navigator, and the right one changes the speed. So it feels quite well with that. I kind of like it, especially when I'm trying to aim with it. It feels pretty natural, at least to me.
That's good.
So yeah, appreciate the.
Yeah, in general, I also like it.
Yeah, I actually don't know if I'm doing so well because the controls, or I'm just so used to it at this point.
Yeah, you look like you're doing all right. Beat the mission in about 2.25 minutes. Pretty quick.
That works.
And still full life.
Normally pick up Lira. What's that, Memphis?
And still full life.
Yeah. That's crucial.
Being alive is kind of important.
Yeah, this is the level you usually pick up Lira in. She is supposed to be, according to the mission briefing, she's supposed to be having a concert.
Oh yeah, because she's like a pop idol, right?
Right. She's a pop star. The original Japanese game calls her an idol. And that last energy pod that you blew up there was actually in the middle of the stadium that I think she's supposed to perform in, because normally when you pick her up in the stage, you find her right behind that stadium, as if she was about to walk in or something.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny.
And yeah, I think everywhere in town there are pictures of her.
Yeah, you could see her and shoot them and get like bonuses and stuff inside of them.
Yep. Yeah, you get points shooting at signs of her saying like Lira on them. So it's kind of neat. Did a lot of world building with this game.
It's kind of funny.
And
I found her the
think-
first time I played this that stage, like for the first time.
Oh yeah.
So I thought it was really funny.
If I ever win the lottery or something, I would love to like fund an anime of Bulk Slash.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Just
The
like
intro
have
alone
like,
is amazing.
I mean, it's a perfect anime for like each episode focuses on each of the characters and how they interact, and then like later on they interact with the navigator, or sorry, the main pilot, and become a
Yeah, you
navigator.
can switch to a different navigator each episode or something.
That'd be pretty cool. And then you have like drama stuff, and like they'll obviously you have to have a beach episode because every anime has them, and you need that.
Of course.
I think we just got somebody in the chat that should be introduced.
Oh,
Hi.
how's it
Hi,
going?
Erin. This is Erin. Erin voiced the our Lira here.
Hi.
Thanks for joining.
Of course. I'm happy to. It looks so good. I'm honestly like, it's amazing.
It's
It's
pretty
the first
awesome.
time
I
you've
heard you yelling "Holy moly" all night last night.
Oh.
just like, yeah, I just think how much I like the navigator voice though. Like
Thank you.
this is pretty funny, and it's like I was telling him how awesome the performance was captured to capture the essence of the character, where it's not like it's like you'd expect like a regular person that hasn't done this before just being a navigator, telling them, oh, go here and go there, you know.
Yeah, and she just doesn't know what to do.
Exactly. It's really cool, and I was telling him how much I really liked that capturing of that, and it just goes to show like the power of the voice acting and the directing to get to that ability. So yeah, I appreciate that, and appreciate you doing the voice. It's a really good voice.
Thank you.
So how
How did
sorry
it
about
feel recording for Lira? What were your kind of impressions of the whole process?
I think that was my first time actually doing like voice acting with a director, like working with someone else. So that was really interesting. Because usually I just like record like my own and that on my own, but working with someone else was really, really cool. Also like hearing like the Japanese lines and then like having to like work with that to create like the Lira voice it was really cool. Just a really, really cool experience.
for real?
I'm glad to hear that you had a good time with it. It seemed like you did. I think all of us on the team had a good time recording with you too. It went pretty
Yay.
smoothly, huh?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever heard. That's the first time I've actually interacted with you, Erin. You sound way different than
yeah.
the character.
Power of
Yeah,
voice acting. But yeah, no. How exactly did you I guess get in contact with them?
I believe it was me. I contacted her. I just found her on Instagram, and I just direct messaged her. Is that right, Erin?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool, though. Did you guys have like any funny stories like recording it all, or like it's like, wait, what does she exactly got to say? So those sort of moments.
Let me see. Oh, I'm trying to think.
Man, unfortunately, Greg was the only one that was recording the thing.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. My voice definitely cracked a few times.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Lira's definitely higher rank for me, but I like doing like kind of like sassy, girly voices like hers.
Yeah, I was gonna say the voice definitely is pretty high up, so I can imagine definitely cracking a lot.
I believe Lira was probably the last one that we cast because of how difficult it was for a lot of our voice actor hopefuls to get that high of a range.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, it was kind of a tougher one to sort of decide on somebody with, because we were just kind of, I think we just had this idea in our mind of how she should sound, you know, being very energetic and kind of happy, but and high pitched, but you know, and kind of have that fish out of water sort of feeling to her. And like I think you missed it, Erin, but I did read a little statement that Greg wrote out. He couldn't make it to this live stream today, but in his statement, he said that one of the decisive lines when we were deciding on to go with you was when the way you said, "I don't want to die."
Oh my goodness, that was my favorite line to record.
Was it?
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad. That's awesome.
Is there a way to trigger that in the game? I would love to hear that.
Yeah, well, if you get hit a few times, if you like take a lot of damage at once, I think she does it. When I was testing out this patch, she said it a couple times, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to put you in harm's way. I feel so bad." So,
I'll set to let myself get hit by the bots a couple times.
Yeah, see if that'll trigger it. But yeah, so Greg said that Erin really cracked him up with her audition, and that he said that you brought a likable, weirdly familiar quality that he thought gave Lira some nuance and prevented her frequent screaming from being too grating or one-dimensional.
Yay! I'm glad.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of nervous that she'd be like annoying, but I'm glad that that's not the case.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Yeah, a lot of people that have played this game before it got translated have said that this character is probably the most annoying character. So we're glad that we chose you to make it less so.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy. Actually, I definitely have to say, I think this definitely is one of my favorite navigators so far.
That's good.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I'm definitely enjoying this one a lot. But yeah, all the navigators, I just like how interesting all their personalities are. Like, it's been captured really well. It's like, and you can like sort of, oh yeah, I'm getting used to them, like understand how they are, like, and it's really cool in having that dimension to the characters. At least
definitely.
At least what I think. At least.
Definitely.
You can't have favorites. You gotta love them all equally.
I mean, I do.
Well, I think Lira's my favorite, but I'm kind of biased.
That's fair enough.
So Erin, Shadow Mask in the chat was asking a question of how did having a voice director affect the recording process compared to your usual, I guess, work on your compared to how you sort of work on your own?
Well, let's see. I think at first I was kind of nervous because, like, working with people, like, you know, one may want one thing and one may want the other, and you have to like communicate that. And so I kind of feared that I wouldn't be able to like do what the director wanted, but I was able to because we were both very we both talked to each other very like clearly. So I think that was a huge help. Yeah, Greg was great. Yeah, I mean, I don't really. That's it, really.
No, that's good. That's good to hear. Have you ever done any other projects like this before, where I guess like larger scale? Because I know on your Instagram it's more like 20-second videos or so.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm in like I've been one project called Rad Adventure. I voiced a character named Lily, who actually has a very similar voice to Lira.
Huh. So what exactly is what exactly is your videos on Instagram? I'm not really familiar. Or just maybe just explain to people that aren't familiar as well.
I just make like stupid videos. Some of them are, let's see, some of them are impressions, some of them are memes. I do a few song covers here and there. That's it.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
What kind of songs? Is it just like anime stuff, or oh god, I'm ready to die? Oh, I just heard it. There's the line.
Oh, yay!
Nice.
Yeah. my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Anime.
Oh no, you died.
Dang it.
Oh no.
So what? So any specific anime songs, or so just any like just a bunch of anime openings?
Let's see. What I think I sang. Oh, I sang the "Fly Me to the Moon" Evangelion version.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, check that out on my Instagram, Eri_Leaf. And also my Twitter, Eri_Leaf VA.
Yeah, and definitely put in the chat, and I'll add it in the video, the video
sure
portion
thing.
of this later, so that way I can fetch and people can check you out if they want to look for a voice actress.
Yeah, sure thing. Here, I'll do that right now.
Sweet.
Do you want to do it in like the YouTube chat or?
Yeah, you do in the YouTube chat or in the Discord, wherever. And I'll just copy paste it once I'm doing the stream.
Okay, cool. I'll just do it in the chat then.
Yeah, I used to just be able to do that like on the fly, but since I'm doing the gameplay stuff, it's definitely a bit harder to do, especially literally with my hands full right now with these twin sticks.
It's all good. It's all good.
I saw the billboards in like her stage in the past streams, and Dave really liked to blow them up. And
Yeah, he did.
I bet that cost Lyra's manager a lot of money.
Yeah, really.
It's covered under insurance.
It's all part of the war. It's all part of the war effort.
That's the secret why Dave is not here today. No.
Yeah, he was blowing up Lira's signs too much.
Yeah, but there's like power-ups in there too, so it's like a thing that she was doing for being like, hey, here's some power-ups in the sign, just blow them up. It's like, what? Because then there's power-ups in those signs, right? If you blow certain ones up, or is that
just points?
okay?
Aren't there a couple that give power? Well, I guess just maybe the regular little boxes that you see in other stages. Yeah, if you blow up the signs with Lyra's face on them, it's points.
Okay.
Oh no!
Don't you get power-ups?
But you shouldn't, because it's not nice.
I need the points.
So
Sorry.
Shadow Mask had another question. He asked Erin, have you heard of or played the Sega Saturn before you did Bulk Slash here?
No, I have not. I have never heard of the Sega Saturn before this.
Oh,
Don't worry, a lot of people haven't. It's
I
sadly
looked it up
too
like
common.
a little bit though, and it looked like a little bit like into the game. Like it wasn't like a popular console or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was in Japan. It did really well in Japan, but like in America and in Europe, it did not do very well.
Oh, so like the localization was just not that good.
The localization didn't happen.
The game
It just
itself
didn't
never
happen.
came over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the reason we're doing this is because Bulk Slash never left Japan.
Yeah.
But I mean, the console itself, the Sega Saturn itself, it just wasn't nearly as popular as the PlayStation 1 or the N64. So, yeah, I think it's just kind of a combination of marketing, and the price was pretty high to begin with. And Sega kind of made retailers angry by launching it early in a couple of exclusive stores, making the other stores that didn't get that exclusive launch really mad. So a couple of them just refused to stock Sega stuff at all at that point. So they kind of burnt some bridges. They made some mistakes in the mid-90s.
Did you order your Saturn yet?
I'll think about it.
At the very least, we'll try and send you a reproduction of the game, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yes. I would love that.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if it's a twin stick for me, but I keep circle strafing into it. like I keep like it's like stop aiming for it, and I'm running into the ship, and it's killing me.
Jeez.
Every
I mean,
time
this is like one of the hardest bosses. Usually I've played through this game a million times now, and if I'm gonna die during the run, it's probably gonna be on this boss. It's on this boss or the end boss. That's it.
Yeah, because I'm circle strafing them, and it's like it like keeps auto strafing me directly into the ship and aiming me at places I don't want to aim. It's like I don't want to shoot there.
You gotta shoot its nose, by the way.
I know
The
that.
issue
I'm
with
trying to aim it, but it keeps
Okay.
aiming me to the middle of the ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you-
the problem now with the actual state of the implementation of the twin sticks.
Yeah, you're bumping one of the control stick buttons that's activating the navigator, which also makes you automatically look at the boss during boss
That's the
fights.
strafing. That's the strafing button. That's the problem.
Oh, the
Yeah.
strafing button. That's the reason. Yeah, because I'm like not strafing. I can hit it easily, but but the navigator, it should be set to the top button though. That's the weird thing. Like it should be set
to like 3 different buttons.
Oh,
It's
Yes,
Y and G.
it's hard and it's hard set. Like that's the problem.
oh yeah. Please,
Knight
if you
has
guys could
to-
fix that, please just make it that top button because I think that's a lot easier.
Yeah, Night Dragon has to do some hacking, and unfortunately, he lost his hard drive to a freak electrical surge.
Oh,
Yeah, so like he has like a backup of the code he was working on for twin stick controls, but I think he lost some progress, so he's gonna have to kind of work on that some more.
no.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
So yeah, So yeah, I apologize if my controls aren't the greatest, but it keeps every time I try to strafe, it auto aims me toward the center of the ship and just directly into it. So that's why it looks like I'm yeeting myself into the ship constantly instead of
I
like
had to
circling
maybe
it.
get fight.
Maybe just switch over. Maybe you can just switch over to a standard Saturn controller for this boss fight.
No, you can't do that in the middle of the game.
Or oh yeah, I guess not. Oh right.
Because even if you like unplug that controller and switch to a different one, it's still going to be set to the twin stick controls, and that's going to be in the game. And it's going to be really weird on a standard controller,
Right.
or at least somewhat weird. Okay, go for the bridge. You can do it.
I'm just trying to stay away from those chainsaws.
Yeah.
This is like
Just don't
this is like a
die.
Limp Bizkit thing. I gotta fight Fred Durst.
Now circle strafing would be okay, huh? Okay, I don't want to
I
talk you into something
Stop
stupid.
of it! Die, please! Oh my
You
god,
have to hit the
so
bridge,
close.
not the body. The top.
Do you know what the Dark Souls people say?
Get good. I wish I could get good. It's not me. It's not me though. It's literally the controls. It literally is the controls. Like every time I strafe, it just
yeah,
puts me
you
in the
got
center
it.
of the ship.
All right. In chat, Shadow Mask was mentioning that Erin, it might make a fun YouTube video if you reacted to your own performance in the game.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't really have a good like computer or anything like that. I just have a 2011 Mac laptop. That's
Ooh, yeah, I can see the problem. I see the problem.
Do you like own any Sega consoles?
Yeah.
We gotta hook her up.
We gotta hook you up with one of these things.
yeah, for sure. Give me like the eBay link or something.
So did you see the new Eva movie yet?
Yes, I did.
Nice. What'd you think? I have yet to watch it. I need to watch it, but I hope it's good. Like me and my girlfriend are trying to go through that right now. We're on 3 because she wanted like to rewatch them before. So I was like, all right, I'll wait and we'll watch it with you. So
It's so good. I love it. It's so good.
I've never really watched the Evangelion.
To have, so be vague.
they're really good. I like the Eva
Yeah.
movies because they take place. Technically, it's technically a. I think I get it right. It's technically a sequel in a weird aspect because of the way that the original series
like
ended.
It's like kind of an alternate universe, but kind of not really.
Yeah, I mean I watched it. They explain it in the last movie. It all
Yeah,
sort of
they
makes
actually
sense.
do explain a lot of things in the last movie.
Yeah, so without getting into spoilers, things do make more sense in the last movie. It retroactively explains the previous few movies a little bit. I thought it was a pretty good ending.
Yeah.
Didn't the co-creator of Evangelion make? I know he did. He made a movie which explained his version of the ending.
Oh yeah, EOE.
Oh yeah, EOE.
And so I kind of prefer the original version plus that movie.
Yeah. EOE is fantastic as well.
It's
I've never
so
actually gotten
effed
into
up
Evangelion
though.
before.
Disturbing.
What is the rebuild? Is it a retelling?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
essentially, it's a series of 4 movies that they made over the last 20 years or so, 15 years, and it kind of retells what the TV series in the 90s plus the end of Evangelion movie originally told. Although it branches off. Like the first movie sticks to it pretty closely, but then the second movie starts diverting, and the third and fourth movies are just completely new content essentially. So, which is fun, you know. You're not watching just the same thing with a higher budget.
I only ever saw like the first 2 episodes of the Netflix dub, and
Oh yeah,
You got to watch the ADV dub. That's at least one of my favorite ones. But a lot of people even have a problem with that dub, mostly because it turned Misato into a valley girl. I guess a lot of people didn't like that.
oh jeez.
ADV. I saw the Soccer Wars dub, and oh man, that thing's rough.
Hey, I gotta admit, I liked what they did with what's her name, the French girl.
Iris.
Iris, yeah.
Iris. They call her Iris,
Iris,
in the
Iris.
Soccer Wars anime, and they call Maria. Like I always just thought that was really weird. Some of those pronunciations. It's like that's probably how they pronounce it in the original Japanese. Those sound like Japanese pronunciations of those names, and they just like stuck to it with the English dub. Like that's a choice.
It works.
But it was sort of endearing. It was weird but endearing. I don't know.
That's
Oh, they did
also
it.
how they pronounce it in German.
Is it really? Okay.
Maria.
In like 2000, I saw the on the back cover of the Soccer Wars movie, they spell every single one of the characters' name wrong.
Yeah, it's weird.
I still think the funniest thing about the advertisement for it, it's like based off of the best-selling video game on the title of
Yeah.
it, and of course that's
Best selling where?
yeah in Japan, not in the U.S.
Right.
But
Yeah, and Erin, we're talking about Soccer Wars. Was a video game series that started on the Saturn, and it never left Japan. I guess Sega of America talked about. That was the wrong way, Pat. They talked
damn
about bringing the first Soccer Wars game to America, and then they just decided not to, which is too bad because Pat, turn around and go back in the elevator.
I know that's what I was doing.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so yeah, they didn't bring it over, but it's like all these like ADV, all these companies were bringing over the anime tie-ins for Soccer Wars. So, and they were advertising them by saying, like Burnton said, based on the hit top-selling video game. It's like, well, yeah, I guess technically, because it did sell really well in Japan. It's one of the best-selling Saturn games.
It outsold Final Fantasy VII in it, and they came out the same fiscal year.
Oh
That's how
wow.
big it was.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the big sad that we never got it.
That was a bad shit. We got it now, so you can never trust a dub if it isn't made by dedicated Saturn homebrew devs.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the way it goes.
If the dub came before the year, I'll say 2010, you can't trust it.
Yeah, but hey, there's some charm to them, I have to admit.
He sounds very doubtful.
Oh,
It's
Hey,
endearing
Dragon
in
Ball-
some ways.
Dragon Ball's my one
Yeah.
exception. I cannot stand the sub. I cannot stand the Japanese sub, the Japanese version.
Everyone hate on Japanese Goku. I don't like that.
Oh, I like Japanese Goku.
I like Japanese Goku. Yeah.
A lot of people hate on it. I was like, oh come on, you gotta appreciate that, because the voice actress has like done it throughout since Dragon Ball to Super. So it's like you gotta respect
like
that.
The voice actress for Goku is now a tiny old lady screaming.
Yeah,
That's half the fun though. That's the cool thing about it.
screaming
cool
like,
though. That's really cool.
It sticks to his personality, I think. Still the same native boy from his childhood, just in a muscle body.
Maybe, yeah. I know. I cannot unhear Japanese Krillin because she also voices Hana in Sakura Wars. And I know she's more famous about being Luffy, but I cannot unhear it now.
Just sing. You should have they should have just replaced the music in Soccer Wars with the One Piece opening.
The 4Kids opening. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta go. Yeah, that's like my favorite thing ever.
When is the translation of Tokimeki Memorial coming?
There's a really big localizer. I think his name is Tim Rogers. I'm probably getting the name wrong. He's always saying that if somebody can figure out the programming for Tokimeki Memorial, he will do it for free. But the issue is the programming is worse than spaghetti code that no one's been able to crack this thing.
That sounds like Konami.
My favorite. Is that did they work on the was the Famicom or the other Memorial one, or is that in a different game series? Because like remember they released that there's like Famicom Detective or something. That's not the same company, is it? Oh, okay.
I think it's different.
Fair.
Is this a boss fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a spider thingy.
Exactly. It's kind of difficult with the controls just because it keeps auto locking. But I'm about to beat it, so it's all good. Unless I mess up and just die horrendously.
We got in a very technical discussion about all the things he does last time.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, so the Tim Rogers guy, he apparently did a 6-hour video on Tokimeki Memorial.
Oh yeah.
6 hours, dang.
Yeah. So obviously the guy loves the series.
Dedicated.
Yeah, no, I remember. I think I saw a couple of videos. He did another one on. I think there's another game, but he makes like long videos though. But I wonder how much is like just sort of like for the act of it, or just like the enjoyment of the game. No, what I mean? But I guess if you make a 6-hour video on, it, you probably should enjoy it. Is that on anything else, or is that just Saturn?
There's also Game Boy versions. One of the bigger ones too. I think I want to say PlayStation 2. I don't know much about the series.
There's like 7 different discs for Sega Saturn, and I don't know which one is the original one because it seems they made a lot of extra content.
Yeah, there's a few different Tokimeki releases on the Saturn. That's another one that was like one of the highest selling games in Japan. It was very popular.
It's always a shame that, I mean, nowadays I'm happy because nowadays we're getting all the weird Japanese games for the most part. Like we're getting all the cool visual novels and stuff, at least by the big companies. In comparison to back then where it's like, oh, nobody wants to play these dating sims. Who wants to play this or that game? But now we're getting stuff like, Senran Kagura, getting all these dating sims, getting like Tokimeki, the Famitsu Detective Club.
I pulled up the Wikipedia page. Tokimeki Memorial Forever With You was also on the PS1. There was a game before that was just called Tokimeki Memorial on the PC Engine, because Japan loved its PC engine.
Of course.
Also known as the TurboGrafx. And they've made a ton of sequels since then. The most recent... Oh, I guess they're making a new one for the Switch coming out this year.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, called Tokimeki Memorial Girls Side Fourth Heart. So
Please tell me we're getting a localization.
It's been a cell phone series for the last... It's been on nothing but cell phones since 2007, except for a PSP game that came out in 2012. So this is actually kind of its triumphant return to consoles, I guess, this year.
And it's not... it's gonna get localized, definitely. I can feel it in my book.
Maybe. Who knows?
We're getting Super Robot Wars finally, so
yeah,
maybe.
I'm excited for that.
Anything's possible.
Apparently this Tim Rogers guy theorizes that without Tokimeki, we would never have gotten Metal Gear Solid.
Wow, that's a bold claim.
That is. It's a hot take.
Jeez, it's almost like my Metroid Prime hate earlier in the show.
You what?
Oh no.
My Metroid Prime hate.
You hated on the best game ever made
Oh,
in the history
no.
of
I don't hate
humankind?
on it. I just think that it's not a very good Metroid game.
Oh. I'm gonna rip on you so bad.
If you think
Oh,
that's
man.
bad, you should. I actually got my roommate almost physically with me because I said, yeah, I think Metroid Other M is a more faithful game to the Metroid series than Metroid Prime was,
Oh
and he
boy.
almost like
I'm
he
gonna
almost
rip on
strangled
you
me.
so bad.
Honest of takes.
Hey, this ship out is a lot easier with the twin sticks compared to the controller. So
Yeah,
Guess
this
that works.
one you want to keep looking at them. Yeah, you want to keep hitting the navigator button.
Yeah,
yeah,
so that
I imagine
works.
That probably is really helpful.
Oh, you killed him really fast.
Yeah, that's a really easy boss if you
Exactly.
keep pointing at it.
But yeah, no,
I'm gonna fly to California and kidnap you and force you to play Mr. Bones 10 times. in a
Oh
row.
no.
hey, jokes on you. I don't live in
Favorite game.
California, so
Rip.
But Dave lives in California, and I
he'll
can
kidnap
find
Dave and use him as collateral to get me to come to California. That works.
Jeez.
Metroidvania is not only a good Metroid game; it's the best game ever made.
You mean Metroid Prime?
Yeah, Metroid Prime.
I
I
gotcha.
love it. I
All
love
right,
it.
last level.
All right,
Good
let's
luck,
see,
Pat.
let's see if I'm gonna do any better with this.
This game's not that long. It takes you about
No, if
45
you know
minutes.
what you're doing,
Yeah.
you can fly through it. But I mean, that's the thing, because you can only unlock one navigator per playthrough. So they designed the games to where you're gonna play through it a bunch of times.
Really, you
if
can
you
actually
wanna-
unlock multiple navigators going through the game.
That is correct. Like if you pick up multiple navigators, it does not matter. It's whoever you finish the game with that gets unlocked for your save
Huh.
file.
That's interesting.
Yep. Yeah. So
You, like,
to get
save and
everybody,
load it?
what's that?
Can you like save and load it like over and over again for like different navigators?
You can't save the game during a run. It only saves.
Oh.
Yeah, it only saves when you get to either you beat this last level or you get a game over.
Oh,
Continue.
wow. It's all,
Yeah.
all in one go. Wow.
Yeah, so the developers of this game, we've said this on other streams before, but the developers of this game used to work at Technosoft, which is a pretty famous shoot 'em up developer. And so I think they designed this game to be like a shoot 'em up game in 3D. And they deviate a lot from how shoot 'em ups are, but there are a lot of elements to this game that have that shoot 'em up DNA in them. Just like all the enemies everywhere and getting power-ups and different weapons, and just the fact that like it's kind of a score attack game. They want you to replay it over and over, and there's no saving it during a run. I think that's the biggest shoot 'em up thing to it, is that you start the game and you just gotta play it right through.
Yeah,
And now,
so
if you
there's no
die, you
continuing.
can continue at where you are. But if you turn off your console, you're not picking back up halfway through the game. So
That's interesting. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, 25 years ago, kids had more time on their hands, so they got to.
They didn't have their smartphones or their iPods or their
iPod.
their
giving you
e-foods.
value.
Or Nintendo Switches.
Exactly. Actually, it's probably a great Switch game though. Now that I think about that.
Why would I want a Nintendo Switch with all that controller drift?
Yeah,
That's
really.
true.
I wonder if the hacked Switch can run this game. I know it can kind of emulate Saturn games.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh man, I'm a bit lost. Oh yeah, I went all the way back to the beginning. I am a good gamer, guys. I am good at games.
There's Keena's room.
You just have a bad taste in games.
I know. My roommate tells me that every time I talk about Metroid with him. It's like, play something good, Patrick. 'Cause I do. But to be fair, though, he likes Full Metal Alchemist
Metroid
Brotherhood,
Other
so I can't really blame him for his bad
You
taste.
playing Metroid Other M?
All the good games.
All the games. I play all the obscure Metroid games. I play Bulk Slash. I play all the Saturn stuff. Just epitome of good taste right here.
Well, on both Clash I agree, but I don't know if I can trust your taste ever again. I need to confirm for myself.
I mean, you shouldn't. I really enjoyed Game Goku, and that
No,
game.
don't go that way, Pat. Turn around and
I went to
go
B.
left.
Yeah, I went B. I should have went the other way. Yeah, I realized I went down the wrong way, didn't I?
Yeah, now go down this corridor and turn left.
You're like
voice acting just a
Zoro from One Piece.
Huh? I heard something.
Yeah, I was just asking. So, is voice acting a hobby for you? Or you want to try and do something professional with it?
I want to go professional. Yeah.
Sorry, I just got hit, but
Well,
no,
good
that's
luck.
really cool.
I think you definitely have talent for it. So I hope you are able to get into the industry.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm working
get
on getting my demo reel out right now.
Nice.
Well,
We'll
if you
definitely
need
let you
any
know.
bulk slash clips, we can try to hook you up with that too.
Yeah, for sure.
It will be your references.
Sorry, our community doesn't have any money. If we had, we would pay you. Yeah, we would pay ourselves. And you.
The experience is more than enough, honestly.
Oh, guys, I found the cheat weapon.
This is one of the bosses.
That's
You have
called
to
the
go
cheat
through, like,
weapon.
4 bosses in a row.
Oh.
Yeah, to finish the game.
I used the cheat weapon on him, and that was easy.
Yeah, go get your shields. You'll need them.
Oh gosh.
Oh, the train guy.
I'm just gonna try going at him with this.
Play.
YOLO.
These such very specific bosses. And just like
Oh my
they have
gosh,
some
die,
guy sitting in a
please.
narrow hallway.
Yeah, he's out of your range with that gun. You should fly to kill him.
Fair enough. I'm probably gonna whiff it, so.
You have to keep on
Just blow up the
75% of
wall.
speed.
Yeah, the speedrun strat is you just fly. You sort of like linger at like 75%, as Manfus was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, aim
Or
for the
Xenos.
center.
Or the
Aim for
Xenos.
the center.
Okay.
Is there a speedrunning
try the
community
rockets.
around this game?
I don't know if
There
there's a
is-
community, but there are a couple people who do speedrun. One of them was friends with one of the other voice actresses who did a navigator for this game, and his name is Aquas. He's friends with Edobean, and I think he's got the world record for this game. I actually watched his videos to learn how to play the game faster and better when I'm
nice.
testing stuff that we've done. Yeah, he's really good.
Let me look up his
Oh,
time
gosh.
because it's like way under like 20 minutes.
Really? Wow.
Oops. I just ate crap on that. But to be fair, I
Alright.
wasted a lot of time on the
So
enemies.
Aquas's official speed run is 18 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez. Should have him on the stream. You'd be able to play it like 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to ask him. He's trying to get it so he can do it for GDQ and use this patch, but we'll have to see.
That'd be
That would
really
be
cool.
awesome.
I wonder how legit that'd be if they'd allow that. Have they allowed like fan translations before?
I have no idea.
We'll find
fan
out.
translations is just so uncommon that speedrun games. Usually the games you speedrun are already in English.
Yeah.
Or they prefer playing them in Japanese because the text goes by faster.
Right.
Well, Pat, you gotta beat this so that we can hear Pandemonium, because we put Pandemonium's narration into the
Was
ending
it this patch
cutscene.
or was it the other one?
Yep, I put it in this patch.
Oh, I thought it was the other one.
They both have it. Both of them that I sent you this week have it.
Fair enough.
It just, the second one that I sent you, I don't know if you're using the first or second, but the second one I sent you bumps up the volume on his, because he ended up being a little quiet. So Memphis worked
Yeah.
on making him a little louder.
Fair enough. Okay.
You gotta-
I'm on the right
you gotta-
track. I'm an
you gotta
I.
finish fast.
There you go that way and up.
Is it the one with Jiggle's first sound demo?
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
well, the first music that Jiggle did for us is that kind of peaceful tune that you hear in a couple of the Navigator's endings. So we could, start trying to put that, and I think that was finalized. It sounded perfect.
Don't you forget you need to use the flamethrower and jump
up.
at last stream.
Yeah, you were just shooting under his legs pretty much there.
Oh, I have to jump up. Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why is it not hitting? There we go.
Or keep standing and shooting them up, to the upside.
Yeah, get your
See,
shields
and then he
back.
goes down fast.
Interesting. Paul Bort in the chat is saying that he'd love to invite some of the voice actors to a local convention to show off this translation.
That'd be kind of cool.
Memphis wanted to go to the Cologne convention.
I wonder what like the rules are since it is a fan translation though.
Sega is gonna sue us for all our money.
Yes.
Probably will, but that'd be half the
Mr.
fun.
Volksflash.
Well, rather than not Nintendo, they're
That's alright.
not as bad.
Just to the end of the corridor and then fly forward.
Oh my gosh, I can't aim at his center. I can't aim in the
Yeah,
center mass.
Yeah, you gotta get him right in the middle.
Oof.
That's alright. Konami's the one that owns the rights to this game, so they don't do anything anymore.
Yeah, they probably forgot they own it still.
Or land behind him and hit him with your sword.
Okay, jump behind him, hit him with a sword.
But he backs up though. He'll back up right into you.
Well, actually, you can get to the end of the hallway and you can like slip right behind him.
Oh, have you done that before? I've never done that.
Yeah, I've done it before.
That was my intention.
You can.
Oh, well, there you go. Why don't you
take a
try
little-
that then?
Just
Take
jump
a little
behind
bit
him.
of damage, but it's worth it.
Yeah, go to the very end of the hallway and just like stand at the end, turn around, and just like hit him.
Fair
He'll
enough.
just hopefully sit there.
In robot mode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
In walker mode, yeah.
Come on, bad.
Sorry for my bad quality, but I was thrown out from my PC. I don't know, my DSL connection doesn't allow anymore to connect to Discord, so I'm using now my mobile connection to connect
That's
to
weird.
you. With my
I know they have a Discord lock. They had a Discord lock. That's kind of weird.
Well, we can still hear you, Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at least.
Concerning Konami, so when they come to the stand and ask, didn't we do this? Do we have to like sue you guys? You can just say, oh no, the Capcom did this, and then when
Oh
the
my
Capcom
gosh.
guys come, and you can just say, oh no, this Konami did this.
Yeah. Get them all tied up. Well, see, that's the nice thing about putting out a patch, and not like an edited ISO or or an edited ROM. Is that it is legal because it's all your own unique code that you're putting out in the patch, and then it's like a different program that you use, a patcher program that then combines an original copy of the game that you should own legally, technically, with your patch file. So it kind of keeps fan translators from getting sued when they're just putting out a patch.
Yeah, I almost got him without getting hit. So close.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this boss and go behind him.
Essentially, it's like buying a book and then you just write on top of it.
Yeah, well, it's like giving out the new pages for free and then telling people, okay, put the new pages where they're supposed to go in your original copy of the book.
Well, translate.
We don't supply the book to you.
Whatever you do, do not put this in this specific order. It'll make your game so
What the
much
heck?
better. It's terrible.
He's not turning around.
Are all translations of books forbidden?
Or what?
Exactly, this space. Yeah, now hit him. It's
Oh, wow,
really
there you go. You're getting him. I see that health bar going down.
Oh no. Oh no, come on. Oh, I got him.
In the chat, one of our other colleagues, he's doing his own translation, and he actually reached out to the guy who originally made the game, and he basically gave it his seal of approval.
Yeah, that was cool. Death Mask.
Oh, Death Masters are working on this?
No, he was saying that Shadow Mask reached out to one of the original developers of Death Mask, and
nice.
the original developer was like, "Oh, that's awesome that you're doing that." So, yeah, that was cool.
It's cool. Oh, come on. Oh, please tell me that was the last boss.
No, there's one more.
Oh, man.
The last
really
boss.
low
You have to
in-
fight your childhood friend Reeson.
Oh, gosh.
Bezier. The Bezier blast.
Oh, now we have the first time also a new part of the translation, of the localization. So please keep out for syncing problems.
Who is she? Who's the black-haired girl?
Her name is Risen Lavia, and she is the player character's childhood friend, who is now the top general for the enemy army.
That's so dramatic.
It is.
What a plot twist.
Yeah. There's a whole website that was in Japanese that explained the whole backstory, and it was expected for you to read that back in the day.
Yeah, well, the fold-out manual kind of explains it too, that came with the original copy of the game. So we're going to translate that and put the image files in with the patch, so people can look at them in a PDF or something.
Essentially, there was in the previous war, her father was one of the commanding officers on the losing side. So then basically all her people from that specific planet, they basically got turned into second-class citizens. And then 20 years later, she's old enough now, and she basically helped lead a coup to try and overthrow the current government.
I see.
Gotcha. So any recommendations to not die horrendously?
Don't suck.
Thanks. That's
you
great.
do not have much health.
Robot mode is probably better.
Yeah, robot mode for the first phase to shoot with the Bezier, and then second phase turn into a airplane, fly along the ceiling, and just like whenever your missiles charge up, turn and fire.
Fair enough.
The PC
I'm not making it through this first phase, am I?
The PC98 game Night
Yeah,
Slave,
I'm not.
the mecha game, has a similar plot where like your main rival is your childhood friend who joined the opposing faction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I gotta do that again. Oh god. Oh, I'll try one more time, then I actually have to call it.
All right. Yeah, it's 7:30.
Ooh, dang.
7:30 Eastern.
I was so close. Oh man.
You got close.
I need more of that Devi Blaster.
Yeah, I like the Napalm Blaster against that last boss, and that's another one where you have to like jump up and down to hit her. Yeah, and just use your napalm because it brings the health down pretty quick.
Yeah.
Aqua's speed run. What he does is he saves the flame blaster for the boss gauntlet, and he'll just rush up to everybody except for the hallway boss, and just like basically spam the flamethrower right up in their get up in their grill and just use the flamethrower.
Yep.
That's fair enough. How do you save? Is there a way to save it and not use it as robot mode, or does he just get it going to robot mode and then just tank everything else?
Well, in every boss room, in every sub-boss room, there's another way of you refilling your flamethrower.
Yeah.
All you just gotta do is wait. Be a little smart about that.
Gotcha. So just use it sparingly or just not use it.
Yeah, just don't use it until you get to the bosses, and then you just spam flamethrower on the bosses.
There we go. Oh shoot.
Yeah, you got this, Pat.
Oh, I went the wrong way again. Dang it.
Yeah, you're doing good.
That's F.
Yeah, the problem is that you could accidentally destroy the container with the weapons and then not realizing it, and after a time it disappears.
Also, if you guys want to see an updated stream, I have it in the Discord chat. I have the actual the video of it.
Weapon upgrade, get the weapon upgrade.
Yeah, I got that. And then you can see actually in the Discord it's 1-to-1, so it should be easier. Oh, okay. Oops, that's not the napalm blaster.
No, yeah. Well, you got napalm. You didn't get the flamethrower. So I mean, just use it. You got it. It'll help.
Oh,
Better than nothing.
Is there another boss after the black-haired lady?
Nope, she's the last one, but she does have 2 phases.
All right,
Aaron,
time
you were about to say
to.
something.
Oh no.
Yeah, this boss, you linger around at like 75%, just or cheese it. Yeah, just cheese it.
Cheese it.
Cheesing worked. Why not?
Cheese will not fail this time.
Be cheap. Get it in a bag.
I gotta keep hitting the button because I can't auto do the sword. I have just to keep hitting the button, my trigger. So I'm just mega clicking and oh gosh.
This is a good trick. I did not know about this, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I discovered it. I thought it was like an infinite hallway, like
Yeah,
an
no.
infinite hallway.
Oof.
Endless
All right, you
hallway.
got him.
Yeah.
Go. No, I guess I gotta do this one.
Yeah. I thought it was like the infinite stairway in Mario 64, but no.
No such thing. It's physically impossible.
Every copy of
Destroy the containers.
customized.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show like this, so I get a blaster. There we go. Fire
There's the
blaster.
flamethrower.
Fire blaster.
You mean dinner
No,
blast?
you
That's the
can-
dinner blaster, guys.
You can kill the mecha serpent.
I still think we should have just called it a flamethrower, but I know Greg was very adamant about keeping it the same pronunciation as the Japanese.
Well, with all those mechanical enemies, I think a Mega Man game like this would also be nice. And yeah, I know there's Mega Man Legends, but a Mega Man game similar to this would still be nice.
That would
Sorry
Alright.
about that. Skipping
You
that.
got full health. No, that's fine. We heard it once. You got
Sorry,
full health
voice
going into this,
actors.
so that's good.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the voice actor that did that. It's like, I'm skipping over your line. Sorry. I promise next time we play this, I will listen to them fully. Again.
No, it's okay.
Oh no, it's not you. It's the other two voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little cutscene right before this last boss. They,
Okay.
John Bonshare and
Doing okay so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Almost
Aaron,
dead.
have you seen the final cutscene for Lira's story? For
Nope.
Lira's ending?
I've seen it in Japanese.
Okay. Yeah, we still haven't mastered the audio, but we'll definitely have to send it to you when it's all done.
Yeah, we're waiting for the music to get finished, recreated music. So, and then I think that's going to be the one time you hear the development team's voices is for Lira's ending when there's like a big crowd of people crowding around Lira.
Yeah.
And so we need a bunch of just like rabble. So it's probably going to be us just like shouting incoherently into the microphones.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We need a group of people just like beating up Chris, the player character. And I came up with the idea of just having us do it.
Come on,
I
Pat.
did it. I killed it.
Yes, good job. The first time ever on SHIRO show.
Hey.
It's over.
And now she's sad.
Now, Reason.
Okay, well
Because
let's listen to the voicing here.
I just wanted to do something to ease all the suffering, all the frustration of the people of Blau.
At this very moment, 3 billion lives hang in the balance. Whatever you're after, you won't achieve it by going down in history as an agent of genocide.
Don't you think I realized that? I couldn't.
Reason!
Oh, was it flickering on purpose for that?
Yeah, it's like her ship's about to collapsing on dying.
Okay.
She's dying.
I just want to make sure it wasn't a glitch.
Yeah.
They're like bug report guys.
Yeah, no, that part is intentional. Now we're gonna get a good line from Lira in this next room when you jump up to disable the enemy super weapon, the Spätfest.
Spätfest. Late what? Late fest?
Spatfest.
Yeah.
I think fest is from Festung, like from
The Spätfest.
Gee, it's all so sad. I could
Oh,
write
yeah.
a song about this, but I don't think it would bring a smile to a single face.
Awesome.
She
Love
said
the
it.
delivery.
Yay. I can't actually hear the gameplay through the
Oh.
Discord, so I don't know.
We'll send you.
I listened to it on the TV. It sounded good. It came
Okay,
through.
cool.
Here we go. Here's Nick. Pandemonium.
That did it.
It's always weird how.
Is that Final Fantasy music? Is that the freaking prelude?
Yes.
Did you edit
It's a
prelude to
soundtrack.
this?
Sorry, it's not the original music.
Yeah. So.
Thus ended the ambitions of
So Shadow Mask was asking about the new music. What it is that the music for the endings don't actually exist on the original soundtrack. So we got Jiggle to recreate the music by ear.
Next time you pick on Margaret, That would be trouble.
Matt
Turning your head on
Bass.
you.
Yeah, these are tough voices. They're all Montes.
Oh,
If anyone picks on you,
Just filler.
oh God, I love you, man.
Yeah,
Liebe
you did
dich.
great.
Du bist der Beste.
Wait for it.
Walks away.
in my face, I read you all the poetry.
Is the black-haired lady also a navigator?
She's dead.
Rip.
Yeah, no, she's not a navigator.
She ain't
that was a
navigating no
flashback
more.
Nope.
She did.
Although, you know, having her as a navigator would be like a really neat bonus if like this game got remade today.
Is this the new music or is this the
okay.
previous music?
So this is just regular. This is the music is supposed to be in the game at this point. This is actually, I think this might be one of the 2 Red Book pieces of music that are on the CD. It's this and the title screen music. They don't use the Saturn sound chip. They're like pre-recorded songs, but like every other piece of music here in the game is either in a cutscene or it's using the Saturn, was it SCSP or something like that. So, but yeah, so the thing with the music is that if we want to dub over those cutscenes with English voices, then
Do you go by?
we have to completely strip all the sound out of those cutscenes because they're not different between the like it's not separated out between the music and the voices and the sound effects. So we have to completely redo all of that.
Huh.
Wow.
That's pretty funny that you had Prelude. I was like, wait, what? That threw
was
me
all
off for a
Montes.
second. I was like, what? But
I
yeah,
like-
we did
I
it,
like-
guys. We
Yay!
beat
Good
Bulk
job.
Slash first stream. Not the first stream. The first stream we beat it.
Yeah.
This was an awesome
Good job.
stream. We did it, guys. We had a lot of fun. I sucked and beat it, so that's always a good thing. And yeah, I think that about wraps it up for now. Do you guys have any last words before we head out? Oh yeah, please plug your stuff before you head out, please.
Oh yeah.
Came out wrong.
Okay. Oh, thank you for having me on. This was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, Instagram is Eri_Leaf. That is ERI_LEFE. And then my Twitter is Eri_LeafVA. That is the same as my Instagram with the words VA after it. Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
it was nice having you on, Erin.
Yeah, it was great having you on.
Made the chat a lot
Yay.
more interesting.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. That was awesome.
course,
Yeah,
of
so if
course.
you want to keep up on any more updates on Bulk Slash, I've been posting them every couple weeks on the Sega Extreme forum, and I also tweet them out. My Twitter is Danbo_ and then the number 4.
All right.
So-
All right. Cool. All right.
If you want to
well,
have,
I'm gonna head out. Thank you
All right.
for having me on.
yes, of course.
Thank you for all your work on this. We really appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank
did
you very
great.
much.
You did awesome.
Amazing work.
Of course. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
And I'm
Let's-
C-Win. If you want to keep track of other Bulk Slash and my work on Soccer Wars GB, you can follow me on Twitter at BurntEns2.
Sounds good. You know, you guys have an official do you guys have like any like a team name at all, or
No, we don't have a team name.
Dang it.
We do have a Discord. We do have a Discord. So if anybody wants to join the Discord to talk about Bulk Slash or whatever, then reach out to one of us on Twitter or on the SHIRO Discord, and we can help you out because all of us are in the SHIRO Discord too. And thank you once again for featuring the patch in the game and for bringing us together to begin with several months ago. We're almost there. We're getting into the home stretch.
I'm excited as heck, and I can't wait till people actually try it. Actually, try it with the twin sticks. Sorry, I almost knocked my thing over, but yeah, twin sticks, amazing gameplay. Only like great, everything's great. Only thing, that navigator thing with that boss kind of sucks. But you guys are you're gonna fix that though, right?
I hope so. Hopefully, Night of Dragon will. That's all on him.
Sounds good.
We just call it experimental, and we never let it leave that stage.
Yes.
Sounds good.
It's
We're saying?
running into the boss is a feature now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, it definitely was helpful in some situations, but that third boss, I think that was the only hindrance for it. The rest of it was pretty good. But yeah, I'm actually falling in love with the layout with the shooting on the left trigger. So
Nice.
I don't know, like, man. Yeah, it's gonna be funny when you.
I have just. Yeah, I had just a problem with the left trigger when I'm standing still and shooting at like trying to aim and to shoot in the same time.
Yeah, I feel you.
But you're not using this technique.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely excited to play that, guys, and yeah, I'm super pumped playing this translation patch. I love it each time because I get further and further and better at the game. And this time you have to check out the cool twin stick support. So yeah, get yourself a twin stick. Once this game comes out, play it with the twin sticks because honestly, at first it was hard, but I think it's probably my favorite way to play it now. So if you guys want a good gameplay experience, get the twin sticks. Go on Amazon, Yahoo Auction Japan, get one for like $10 and pay a little bit extra for shipping, probably around 50, 60 after the end of the day. But I mean, that's a pretty good price for a twin stick. So that's my opinion. But anyways, I think that's about it. I want to thank all of you guys for coming. I want to thank you guys for watching, especially because that means a lot to us and enjoying the stream and showing off to it. Definitely check it out. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook. Check us out on our Discord. Hop in, talk about us. I need to shout out the patrons. I completely forgot last time, so of course got to shout out. Got to shout out Dr. Emerald Nova. Got to shout out Night of Dragon, and oh man, I forgot the. Let me just get it up real quick because I feel bad if I didn't. That real quick out because pretty bad if I did that because supporting us. So let me go do that and do it properly.
I like that every anime character seems to have met his childhood friend on a lonely hill with a giant tree on top of it.
Perfect.
Like, don't we all have a childhood friend we met on a lonely hill with a giant tree?
Yes. But yeah, shout out the Patreon. Cwen, of course, in the chat. Thank you very much. $20 for backing us. VIP patron. Thank you very much. So you two, Emerald Noel, we got 2 VIP patrons. Thank you a million for backing us that way. You guys are amazing. Thank you, 32-bit stuff. Momdu, amazing as always. And Super Dimensional Century Orgus. I don't know if he's in the chat, but all those guys, thank you for backing us on Patreon. If you want, you get your name shout out. Go check us on a Patreon. Backs up around a thing above the $10 tier. You get your name shout out on the podcast itself. So thank you very much for that. Your names will be in the credits, of course. Everyone that backs us on Patreon will have their name in the credits, so you can do that. And of course, if you want a cool shirt, check out our Threadless store and pick up a really neat shirt with the SHIRO show or any other cool design on it. Not this shirt though. We don't sell this. I don't want to get sued. So, but anyways, thank you again for watching, guys. Remember, you must play Sega Saturn.